She took me down to the airport to see all the planes departing, watching them fly. Something inside of me was starting. I was 8 when I told them that I'd be a pilot. But I was too young and too short, and there were no female captains, and my dad said, be patient, just see what happens. So I took my first lesson, came down from the sky, and told my father I'd fly for the rest of my life. And I got my first job, flying for a mortician in a tiny Bonanza, just a corpse and me, $5 an hour. For flying dead bodies, I had to climb over their faces just to get to my seat. But suddenly the wheels lift off the ground. I'm falling backwards. Suddenly I feel alive. Suddenly I'm in the cockpit. Suddenly everything's changed. Suddenly I'm not too young or too short, and the passengers in the back don't complain. Suddenly I'm flying company charters. Suddenly everything's high. Suddenly there's nothing in between me and the sky. Some of the planes are parked on a runway where the surface is all torn up. That debris gets into an engine, they'll never leave. I check with air traffic control again, and it's more bad news. Not only is the airspace still closed, but a storm is headed for Newfoundland. Hurricane Erin will make landfall tomorrow or the day after. If we don't get these planes in the air soon, no one's going anywhere. One of my flight attendants finds me, and she says,
"There's a Muslim man on our flight. I saw him praying, and he's been acting suspicious. He doesn't have a carry-on, and I'm not getting back on that plane with him." I arrived at the airport and pulled out of line.
I am responsible for the safety of my passengers and my crew, and security tells me any perceived threats must be taken extremely seriously. They bring me to a private room, and he is brought in for questioning.
At first, I do not understand what the police are asking, and then I do. In my culture, there is a word, aura, the area between your stomach and your knees. It is forbidden in my religion for anyone to see this but my wife. To have a woman in the room, watching this, watching me, you can't understand.
It is the most thorough body search I have ever witnessed. And when it's over, I find him and I tell him, I am so very sorry that happened. Good morning. We are one of the first flights to leave, which makes us one of the lucky ones, as some planes may still be here for quite some time. Now, I have no control over this. You paid for a flight from Paris to Dallas. If I get clearance, I will take you to Dallas. But if I am not cleared for Dallas, I have to take you back to France. But we will make arrangements as quickly as we can to get y'all back to the United States and where you need to be.
I can't go back. I just adopted my daughter and...
This is not a democracy. I am the captain, and this is coming from American Airlines and the FAA. You are not voting on our destination. Now, if we have any situation that needs to be dealt with, we will be pulled out of line and we will be the last flight to leave. Thank you for your cooperation. The winds start to pick up. 50-mile-an-hour winds. We are still on the ground and there's a hurricane coming. And I'm thinking, we're running out of time. We have to leave. We have to leave now. So we got passengers from all over the world coming off these buses, all speaking different languages. We can't even say hello.
And if anyone knows, we think it's
Moldovan.
Moldovan. That
Right.
would also be helpful.
Other passengers help us translate. Mrs. Noonan, our French teacher, turns out to know a little Russian. And Mr. Michaels, our gym teacher, apparently he speaks some Spanish.
Si hablo. Español es la lengua del amor. No solo soy un profesor de gimnasia, soy un profesor de pasión.
I'm sorry, what was I saying? American Airlines had the prettiest planes, so I applied as a flight engineer. But the World War II pilots, they all complained. They said girls shouldn't be in the cockpit. Hey lady, hey baby, yeah, why don't you grab us a drink? And the flight attendants weren't my friends back then, and they said, are you better than us, do you think? But I kept getting hired, and the World War II crew, they retired, and the girls all thought much higher of me. 1986, the first female American captain in history. Suddenly I'm in the cockpit. Suddenly I've got my wings. Suddenly all of those pilots protesting me. Well, they can get their own drinks. Suddenly there's no one saying stay grounded, looking and passing them by. Suddenly there's nothing in between me and the sky. Suddenly I've got an all-female crew. The news caught, it made headlines across the world. Suddenly it stops. No one's saying you can't or you won't, or you know you're not anything 'cause you're a girl. Suddenly I'm getting married. We're putting pins on the map where we've flown. Suddenly I am a mother, and suddenly I'm shocked at how much they've grown. Suddenly I'm wondering how my parents would feel seeing me teaching men to be pilots. 'Cause suddenly I am a senior instructor, and somehow I'm 51. Suddenly I'm flying Paris to Dallas, across the Atlantic and feeling calm, when suddenly someone on air-to-air traffic said at 8:48 there was a terrorist action, and the one thing I loved more than anything was used as the bomb. Suddenly I'm in a hotel. Suddenly something has died. Suddenly there's something in between me and the sky.